Madam, you are welcome here. And today we are so pleased on my YouTube channel. I have a very highly qualified dietitian and nutritionist, Neeta Dewan, and she is a master's in diet and nutrition and also having diploma, and she is a diabetic educator and keto diet expert. In addition to that, I may be missing some of her introduction. So the topic of which we are going to discuss with her today is a very special topic. You see, everywhere in this season in India and maybe in abroad also some countries, we are finding so many tempting mangoes. You see, the mangoes which can be sucked small size and wide variety of very tasty mangoes made with Dussehri, Langda, Chosa, Alfonso, Retol, uh, Shahad Kupi. So many varieties of tempting mangoes. Now the problem is in diet, everybody is worried that the person may not increase the weight suddenly by eating too many mangoes or eating mangoes at all. Now there are people with special diseases like diabetes. They are really afraid that mangoes are very sweet. So, first of all, I would like to request her to approve her introduction, and if she wants to say anything about her introduction.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dewan. It is a real pleasure to be on your channel. It is one of the very popular channels, and there is a wide variety of interesting topics on his channel. So I always go back to it, and it will be a pleasure interacting with him on any of his questions. Thank you so much.
So the main question, as I have told, that everybody wants to enjoy mangoes. First of all, we will discuss about those people who think that they cannot enjoy mangoes. For example, those persons in whom are suffering from sugar, what is called. Everybody has sugar in their blood, but in the blood of some people, body of some people, the level of sugars they go high because in their body the supply of insulin in their body from pancreas is less, so the sugar is not converted to glycogen and not stored in their liver and then reconverted by glycogenase into sugar and used slowly. So due to the deficiency of insulin in their body, they suffer from this disease, which is diabetes mellitus and popularly known as sugar disease. There are many other causes for this sugar disease, but basically this. There are two main types of sugar disease. One is site of inborn disease, which is called insulin dependent. The people have to have insulin. The children can also have this disease. The second is maturity onset. The person grow very in age and in girth, they become heavyweight. And the insulin levels, they fall short of their need, the level which is available to them. Due to increased need, they are not able to meet that need. And so the sugar level goes high. When the sugar level goes high, they have passes into kidneys, they pass a lot of urine, they feel thirsty, they have many side effects. This is not the topic of our discussion. So I will request her to first of all answer in yes or no. Can they have mangoes?
Well, it is not about being yes or no. The what you eat for a diabetic patient, especially when we are talking about diabetes mellitus 2, what it depends on your sugar level, your activity level, and the number of carbohydrates you are eating as a whole meal plan. So you can definitely include mangoes in your diet depending on the other various factors.
So the mangoes, because all sugar people, it's not that they are not eating. They are eating something. So everything has sugar and carbohydrate. So they can eat mangoes too. This is what you can say, but they have to adjust the thing. Like they have to, you mean, decrease the other intake to make place for the mangoes in their diet plan.
Yes, you can say that because whatever the basically when we talk about diabetes mellitus, we talk about the carbohydrates. So there are different types of carbohydrates, and it will your sugar level depends on the carbohydrates which you are ingesting. Suppose if you take refined carbs, you take a slice of white bread, that will have about 15 to 20 grams of carbohydrates. And when you think of having a fruit equal in size, that also has 15 to 20 grams of carbohydrates. So the choice is yours, whether you want to have that slice of white bread or you want to have a fruit. A fruit, if you take a fruit, it will have lots loaded with vitamins, loaded with minerals. It will have soluble fiber, insoluble fiber, polyphenols, which have anti-inflammatory
Okay,
properties.
thank you.
So choose well.
Okay, that's you are telling further.
Yeah.
First of all, we were discussing that whether they can have. So your answer was that if they take a piece of bread, so they take a slice of mango, they are equivalent in their supply of carbohydrates.
Yes.
So very simple. If you are taking a piece of bread or chapati also in India, roti what we
Yes.
call.
Yes.
So instead of taking one roti, you can take a slice of mango or a more. How much say in grams?
See, there are different varieties of mangoes, different sizes of mangoes. So I think for a lay person, it is very difficult to understand the grams. We are talking of the pulp of the mangoes. There is the seed also, which is quite huge. So it is still better that instead of having it with your lunch or your dinner, you have it as a mid meal when you are not having any other carbohydrate.
Okay, now she is again gone further that she is telling not in how much. You mean one slice? No, that
Yeah,
was the
one
thing.
or two slices
One or
maximum,
two slice.
depending on your sugar level.
Depend. If the sugar level is high, the person is eating one chapati. Supposingly the sugar level, normal level is 150, okay, or 110 to 150. But the sugar level is 300. Person is still eating some chapatis or not?
He's eating.
So eating, then the person can swap or not? The into one chapati into mango.
You
Let's
can
discuss that thing
occasionally
first.
have a slice of mango,
Right.
occasionally.
But if the level is too high, it is going 400, 500.
Then it is better to first control the sugar.
Yes, so that is different matter. That the
That is
sugar is
dangerous.
that the sugar is out of control, and in those people where the sugar is under control with medicine, insulin or tablets, and diet and exercise, what diet they are taking, they can swap a roti or another fruit or a bread piece or a cup of tea with a teaspoon of sugar if they are taking. What else they can? Now let us think about this, about what they can swap in the diet. You have said bread. What else they can swap? A piece of fruit, like they're taking adu, or aloo bukhara, or a banana, or an apple, or an orange. Because you advise now some fruits to the diabetes. They are not deprived. They are not to be deprived of fruits. So please, the request is try to provide us the list of the people in whom the diabetes is well controlled with medicines, with diet, and with exercise. What are the things in their daily diet what they can swap the mango slices with?
First of all, if you have diabetes mellitus and you are willing to make changes in your lifestyle, you are willing to control your diet, this is reversible. So, as long as you have compliance, you are going to comply with your the diet chart which has been provided with you, or the you are going to exercise. You have to see we see the overall picture. So it is very difficult to make a general statement. It depends on each and every person. One person may eat two chapatis, the other may eat four chapatis. So it's very difficult to give a general statement and say you can have about 100 to 150 grams of fruit a day. That would be a quarter, the center of the quarter plate. So that is the
Say in
image which you
the
can have.
fist like this one handful.
Because see, if you buy an apple, it is going to be about
One
250
handful.
grams. Because when you buy a kilo of apples, you get about 4 or 5 apples. So so it will depend on so many factors. It is a very individualized thing.
No, question is, madam, on my channel, I want a clear message to my audience that those people who are yeah, well controlled in, like you said, individualized. So those people who are, you can categorize them further. Those are very obese, those who are not obese, medium, or those who are lean and thin. Depending upon them, you have, as you said, they can have 100 to 150 grams of mango.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100 to 150 gram of mango pulp, not the peel and the inside seed that is not edible. The edible part of the mango, one can
If
have.
your sugar is controlled,
Yes,
and if you are not having obesity problems,
yes.
the one of the leading causes of diabetes mellitus is obesity. So the obesity is something which has to be controlled first. So as you control your weight, your medicine comes down, and you feel more healthier. There is less stress on all your joints, on your heart, on your kidneys, and you become more healthy. So let
Madam,
us
the topic
not talk.
today is about mangoes. So we are not
I think
discussing
the
these.
obese should avoid mangoes. If you
Okay,
are,
that's the message. Very good. Now we could find out from her the obese people, they are, mangoes are
you can
not,
have jamun,
yeah,
is also in
alternative
season
fruits.
now.
Yeah,
So you
jamun.
can have a handful of jamun, which is much
Some,
healthier for
please
the.
mention some other fruits. They can have adu,
You can have an adu. You can have a
apple,
plum. You can have half an apple. So
okay,
this is one fruit a
banana,
day. We are not talking about. We are not talking about having all of them together. So it is
one
the
fruit at a
portion
time, not all
size,
of them.
because the glycemic index of
Madam,
each.
please, what else fruits? Like apple, they can have
You can have
orange
half an
or
apple. They can
mosami.
have mosami, one mosami if it is not very sweet. So if we are talking
One
of,
mosami they can have, right?
yeah, if we are
So
talking,
now coming back to mangoes, madam. These are, some mangoes are more sweet and some are less sweet, or all are the same.
no, it will depend on how ripe the mango is. It will
Okay.
depend on the variety, and each mango tastes a bit different also.
Means you mean there is not much difference, but if the mangoes are more ripe, then they are likely to have more of sugar in them.
Yes.
So like those mangoes which are not ripe, we make pickles with that.
Mm.
So pickles, if they are not made with additional sugar, the person can have more, you mean, or they can also have it in pickle form.
The pickle is absolutely different.
Yes,
It is
mango
got a
pickle.
lot of salt. It has got a lot of oil. So when we talk about food, it is we are talking of all the ingredients which go into making
Right.
it.
So they
So
means they can have less pickle in
have a
mango.
small piece
Small
of
piece of,
pickle,
that's right.
one at a
So
time.
now we are coming to conclusions. Those are very, very obese, they should avoid mangoes. You see, those who are well controlled diabetes, they can swap one chapati or one bread piece or some other fruit with 100 grams of mango. And those mango pickles, you can have only one type thing. Now she was discussing that what are the benefits of having mangoes. Well, this the mango season means diabetes people can have mangoes, and they can have mangoes by swapping with some other food, and those and controlling their weight. Now, when they can have mangoes, why they should have mangoes? Question is that mangoes give them some benefits. What are the benefits of mangoes?
See, a mango or any other fruit when you eat, it has got sugar, fruit sugar, which is called fructose,
Fructose.
and it is a very good quality of sugar. The other thing which mango has is a lot of vitamins. So it is has different types of vitamin B, vitamin A, vitamin C, even vitamin K. There are a lot of minerals in it, polyphenols in it, which have got anti-inflammatory properties, and they are good for your blood pressure. So they're good for your constipation, and if eaten in a small proportion, they are good for your heart. They reduce your acidity. So they have a whole variety of goodness in them, but the only problem is that you have already not led a very healthy lifestyle, and if you have become obese or if you have got diabetes mellitus for various reasons, maybe genetic, maybe due to your lifestyle, due to your non-activity. So you have to address all the systems together.
Right. So, madam, now concluding what you have told the benefits of this vitamin B complex, vitamin C, vitamin D,
A,
vitamin
vitamin
A,
A, vitamin
vitamin
K,
K, phenols, fiber,
polyphenols,
polyphenols,
fibers, soluble,
phytonutrients,
yeah, both soluble and insoluble fibers.
phytonutrients.
Yes.
Now, phytonutrients, any colored fruit or colored vegetable, colored thing contains phytonutrients, which are very good for your heart, protects you from heart disease, atherosclerosis, cancer, and brain, maturity or deterioration, degeneration. Those phytonutrients. So, madam, this, thank you very much. But we'll conclude it at a very nice note. You see, mango, it increases your interest in life. That the color of it, that the smell, the aroma of it, that the taste of it is so nice. So, what is the message here is, yet you have not controlled your weight well, and you are suffering from diabetes, but your diabetes is under control, and weight is not too much. Enjoy the taste, enjoy the color, enjoy the smell, and it the taste makes you interested in food and life.
See, the other point is that even if a person is healthy, and still you should not have two, three mangoes at a time, because that is going to lead to a very high spike in your blood sugar, and then a crash, and it is going to affect your weight and your health. So whether you have whatever category you are in, see to it that you have a proper portion of the mango and not go overboard, whether you are
So,
healthy or unhealthy.
madam has opened another way of discussing. Now there is a question in my mind. The question is like, so I'm in 60s, so I still have a mango per day, and I'm good, I'm enjoying it. Of course, I swap it with other food. But there was a time when I was in my 10s and 20s and 30s, like a person like me who does not have a diabetes or hypertension, blood pressure, or cardiac problem, or any other health problem to say. No, I used to have bucket full of mangoes. Two mangoes, three mangoes, 10 mangoes, all gone together. Now, those people who are young, who are active. Now, this is another question to you. Who are young in their teens and in their 30s and 20s and 40s, who are absolutely healthy and active. Why you want to restrict them,
No,
madam, to
we are
small
not
amount?
talking of people who are in the growing age, who are who उनका their metabolic rate is very high. They have so many other hormones which are at their peak. So the amount of running and jumping and activity level, the activity level is also is really better than what it is when we are 60s. So they can enjoy their fruit, and they can swap it with whatever they want and eat as many mangoes as they want. When you are a youngster, you can take the liberty if you are healthy. What we see today is that even teenagers, they have become obese. It is leading to diabetes. It is leading to hypertension. So it is for the parents to see that how healthy your child is and how to inculcate those good habits into them.
That's wonderful. You see, she is masters in diets and nutrition, and she happens to be guest person for interview, and she's my wife, and she knows that say good times. Those are good times when there were no mobiles, no internet, and the joy was to go for long walks and joggings, and to be active in all other ways. Understand that to be active, and we used to enjoy a bucket full of mangoes, dip into the bucket full with water and put ice into it, and they will become very cold and will sit
See,
down.
that's a very
Yeah.
good method of having mangoes, which I
Okay.
would like to, as Dr. Dewan has just said.
Okay.
Why we used to soak the mangoes in the bucket of water was that there are some anti-nutritional factors in the skin of mangoes. So when you dip them in water, they are secreted out. And it is much better to eat your mango by dipping it for a few hours, then cooling it, or if you want to dip it in the iced bucket and then eating it. That's a much healthier way of eating mango, is to put it in the iced water.
Yes, you see, due to this change into, as she has mentioned, the lack of exercise, the children glued to video games or to videos or inside, and nowadays due to coronavirus epidemic, it is advisable they go instead use this media. They see the aerobic exercises on them and stand in front of that and do exercise, go to their rooftops if they cannot go out in the coronavirus, and do the jogging on the roof, or if they have within their room they move about and they exercise themselves like we used to do. I used to get up and go to long walks and joggings 5 o'clock in the morning, and she used to do jogging and gymming, and that even cycling we used to do, and that used to avoid wasting our mind to nonsense things, what the other person has put on WhatsApp, what the other person has given the message. You create your own world and life and health and body, and that is by doing making place in your bodies, by being able to digest. You should have the capacity to digest these beautiful gifts of God and nature like mangoes. So you have to prepare yourself for this, that you are able to use those vitamins in just take inside your body, and you let your body. My father, I tell you, he lived up to 96 years, and we used to have not one bucket full of mangoes, two, three bucket full of mangoes. He'll bring a basket full of mangoes and we will finish this off. And then we'll go out to the fruit shop and keep taking mangoes from them, putting in a bucket and ice, and keep eating those mangoes. And when we will go for outing on Sundays and on hill stations in Ganges, in Hardwar and others, so he will put these baskets into with a rope inside the Ganga river, and these will become very cool. Take them out and consume them. And so these are nice things. Don't miss them, man. Don't miss them. What do you say?
And another point which I
Yeah.
would like to say is that now is the trend to uh, take the juice of the mango or to make it into a smoothie. So when you are using the blender for the mango, you are destroying the fiber of the mango, and the heat from the blender is going to destroy the vitamins and the minerals. So it is better to just have it in its natural form.
So, madam, this is very interesting. I used to love this mango shake with the milk and ice and cool milk. They say this is the milk is alkaline and the mango is acidic. So it used to make a very nice mixture, and you I used to enjoy it. Now the question is of blender. In our time, there used to be wooden madani we used to call, and we used to crush it, and with the madani we used to mix it. If we mix it with madani, is all right? No, no question.
Still, you are going to break the fiber, though you may not generate as much heat.
Okay, means you will lose the fiber, but you will not lose the vitamins which are liable to heat. There are two types of vitamins. What are heat liable? Mean you heat anything, like lemon is very rich in, uh, vitamin C, and you know that the richest source of vitamin, not the source, the store of vitamin C is in potato. Potato has more vitamin C in it than vitamin C. Is it right? But because we have to boil it, cook it, fry it, so we destroy the vitamin C, and we are not able to benefit. So we have to put, lemon, which we can put in water and have lemon water. Similarly, mango, mostly we do not cook it; we take it raw. So there is a very big benefit that we take it raw. So those vitamins, like the blender, if you don't blend it much, the mango remains thick, and then the less of the fiber
Less.
because you enjoy mango, man. You make yourself fit. Madam, give them a message because they listen
See,
to ladies more.
the thing
Make
is,
yourself fit and enjoy mangoes.
the thing is that what is important is that if you want to be healthy, if you want to enjoy your life, then take your whole lifestyle into control. Don't blame it on the coronavirus, that you have YouTube and you have so many exercise channels. and you can exercise as much as you want using your television and being healthy and eating whatever you want to eat.
Mobiles, everybody has now smart mobiles. So become smart, man, become smart. And use these great bounties of the nature and God. Enjoy more mangoes, enjoy fruit, exercise, and remain healthy and happy. That's it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And madam, I think please be a regular guest on my channel to enlighten my audience about diet and lifestyle and nutrition. Thank you
Thank
very
you so
much. We
much.
shall meet again.